What is happening, YouTube family? I appreciate everybody who watches our videos and is getting value from our automations and our AI. I'm here to bring y'all something else that's going to take your game up just another level. So check it out. I'm happy to share. Let me know if y'all have any questions about this. All right. So what I'm bringing y'all today is actually an update to the automated comp feature. What this update actually accomplishes is taking our automated comps a step further. So before we could only comp single family properties, now we're able to comp townhouses, lots, mobile homes. Throw whatever you got at it. I want to see what you can come up with, okay? And what this comp calculator actually does is it goes ahead and pulls in the top 3 most comparable comps in that neighborhood. It's going to time travel over traveling into another subdivision or across a major roadway, and it's going to pull in those values and calculate out a cash offer for us that we can automatically send to our sellers, agents, whoever. We just want to get these offers out so we can get deals. Okay, so that's exactly what this accomplishes. All right, it takes it up another level, and then it even gives you error messages in case you have, the wrong address, an incorrectly listed address, and it'll even tell you if your property is in an area that is too rural or just doesn't have enough comps. So that's what I want to go through and show y'all today, and just make it super simple, super easy for you guys to understand. So literally, for anyone already using REI Unlock, all you have to do to get started using this feature is add the tag to any contact that you have called get comps, and it'll automatically refresh your system and load in the new comp calculator, new comp data seeker into your account, okay, so that you can get that updated data for each and every one of your leads. All right. And so literally, if you add that tag, add anyone to that workflow, it's going to pull in those comps. So I'm going to dive into a lead right now and just show you an example of how this works. Later on, I'm going to show you an example of how to actually pull these comps, what happens when there's an error, all of that stuff, so you can see how this just saves you even more time, okay? So all we did to this lead, you can do this in, man, I could keep going and going and going. So let me back up a little bit. You can actually do this in bulk with any leads you update into the system. You can do this with a single record, whichever way seems the most fit for you or makes the most sense for that list that you're looking at right now. So if you upload a list of 100 leads, highly targeted, niche leads, maybe they're in foreclosure, whatever the situation is, you have a solution that you can provide. This comp tool just speeds that solution providing process up a little bit more by telling you automatically what the property is worth, what's going on in the area, and giving you some other properties that you can check out. So here's just an example that we did. We did this list in bulk. You could do it on one, you could do it in bulk, whatever is most fit for you. But it went ahead and updated the lead. It actually adds a note to the lead so that we can see literally everything going on. We see comp 1, we see the address. If there's beds and bath, we'll see that here. We'll see the square footage of the house. We'll see the sold price, the last sold date, everything. And again, y'all, just to explain a little bit. So now, before we could only pull single families, now we can pull lots, manufactured homes, townhomes. It doesn't matter. All right, we'll get you the value. But you can see right here, this is a lot, so it doesn't have the beds, baths, or square footage filled for the home. But it does have the sold price, the last sold date, and the address of the property, which is the most key. And what I can tell you is, if you have to go back in time, that is going to be a way more accurate comp than if you have to travel across a subdivision, a major intersection, into another zip code, something like that. So that is what our comp calculator prioritizes, is staying in the same subdivision, really finding properties that are actually similar sold comps. Okay, so check it out with me here. You can see photos. Sometimes when this Google Maps URL pops up, these photos aren't usually accurate, or maybe there's not a real photo, it's just a map URL. So in that case, this link may not work the best, but you can just type this address into Google and it'll actually pop up the comps for you. And then actually this is an example. I was going through testing, but you can see here, this is an example of what happens when there's an error. So it says not enough comp data for such and such address, or error with address or property type. Confirm address, confirm property type, and activity nearby is not low. So that literally gives you a leg up on the competition. Literally acts like a VA in your system by going out and checking the most accurate, most comparable sold properties nearby, and then letting you know, hey, this is the value. And if not, if it comes up with an error, it's telling you what that error is and what's gone wrong. So I can't think of a better way to automate your process and upgrade things. If you're wondering how to use this in the system, again, you literally just add people to the get comps workflow, or add the get comps tag to any lead, and it'll push people through, start pulling their comps, calculating out their offers. Hit me up if you have any questions. Go to reiunlock.com/contact. Oh, and quick note, this feature comes free with anybody on the professional plan, anybody on the platinum plan. If you're on the essentials plan, it's simply $20 a month plus any cost to pull the data for each comp. So just hit me up if you have any questions. Super pumped to get this loaded for you and automate your deals more. Peace. Oh, just a quick addition to what I've been talking about before. This comp calculator gives you comp 1, the address, beds, baths, square footage, like I was mentioning before. Pulls that data in here and calculates out a cash offer for you. Okay, it's trained on how to handle errors. So if you get a comp where the value is 0, or it's not matching the other data that you pulled for that property type, it's gonna correct itself. Okay, so this is literally like a VA operating in your business, pulling comps for you 24/7. I've tested this with literally hundreds of leads, and it's pulling in super accurate data. Yes, it's time traveling sometimes, but it also takes it a step further by organizing everything for you. All right, so just give me a second. My video is a little bit slow, but I will show you how it's pulling in not only if the deal was analyzed, if we need to go and give it some attention, it also puts it in a pipeline for us. So just give me a second and I'll show you all of that. Alright, y'all, so that's it right here. So it's going to pull in each comp value like I showed you before. It's going to calculate the current as is value, pick the most inline exit percentage, calculate out the price that you need to dispo the deal at, your estimated assignment fee based on the current as is value, and then at the end calculate out your cash purchase price and your max allowable offer, which will be the same value. So literally saves you, this is probably going to cost your team probably 5 to 7 minutes depending on how good they are. If they're expert level comper, maybe 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But every property, this is happening in within seconds versus 3 to 7 minutes. I mean, you do the math. If you're looking at 50 properties a day, how much time is that? That's at least 150 minutes. At least each day, if you're looking at 50 properties, or for every 50 properties it's saving you 150 minutes. All right, so that's step 1. Step 2 is if the property comes back with an error with the comps, or if there's something that the automation has to compensate for, if it has to go and pull in the Zestimate instead of the actual sold price, if it has to go and do something fancy in order to calculate out that offer for you, it's going to pop it into our due diligence pipeline and say, hey, this lead needs analysis. We calculated out an offer, we pulled in all the values, but you should take an extra look at it just to make sure. Okay? And then one extra thing that we do on top of that, if I filter out for everybody with the tag failed get comps, which is added to everybody that fails the comp process, if we can't find this estimate, if we can't find the last sold price, it's going to add this tag. You can add people to this workflow, come in here and check who you need to double check on top of the opportunities and pipeline. So it just makes your process so much faster, so much easier, so you can get an accurate reading and know immediately which properties you might need to update, which ones you need to go back in and check on. And then when you send them an LOI, it gets sent automatically in bulk or for one individual lead to that contact. So we've just taken up the comp feature up a couple of levels, made it even more automated, giving you feedback on what you need to do to get an accurate reading on the comps, all of that. So it's giving you more accurate data for more different types of properties in a tighter location. So again, this is adding volumes to what the system does already. I hope you guys are excited about this. Again, reach out to me, reiunlock.com/contact, if you want more information on how you can get this added into your system. If you're already a professional or platinum user, just add a lead, tag, get comps, and you can start the process. If you're an essentials user, you can still get this. Again, contact me and we can get that set up. I'm super pumped. This is going to save you a ton of time. Contact me if you have any questions. Peace. Okay, guys, quick thing I almost forgot to mention. This is actually super important, so I actually wanted to add another clip onto this video, but it's super key. Not only is this process speeding up how fast you find the value of a property or how fast you find out an offer that you can make to a seller or agent, but it's also speeding up how fast you find a buyer. One thing that I've learned in real estate is that your comps are your buyers, especially if the comps are recently flipped properties, recently updated properties, something like that. A lot of times if you just search this address that we pulled here for you, you can find the listing agent, you can reach out to them and find out what else their buyer wants. So that's another quick tip, easy way to find cash buyers. Don't hesitate on this. We're not only speeding up your acquisitions, valuation process, we're speeding up your dispo process. Tap in with REI Unlock if this is something that you think could be super useful for your team. Peace.